What's up, friends? Will Reynolds here for another Wasteful Wednesday. This week I'm back to talk about definitions. And as you know on the show, what I try to do is show you ways that I pour through millions of search terms and all of the rankings that show up for them to combine PPC and SEO data to give our clients and our team a little bit of competitive intel when we're managing our paid search accounts. And every so often, I like to take one of the things that we found, share it with you so you can save the same money that we save for our clients. All right, so when I talk about definitions, let me go ahead and show you how just negating words like define and synonym might not be enough. So if you're not negating those words, there's a good chance that those words are underperforming for you. And if you are negating them, good for you. But let me show you some other ways you might be missing out on knowing that the customer intent could be around definitions. And also, once again, folks, I'm not saying to negate. I always say, look at the clue, process the clue, make your own decision as to whether or not it makes sense for you. But at the least, you will better understand your customer by joining PPC and SEO data together. So let me go ahead and give you a couple of examples here. So I picked the domain Merriam-Webster. Why? Because they are a site about defining things. And then I said, only show me where they're in the top 10. And this was across us looking at, I think, 3.5 million search terms. And we pulled the top 100 for those 3 million. So you're looking at 300 million rows of data that we're just sorting through to find either opportunity to save our clients money or to better understand their customers. So slicing through all that data, I'm down to $192,000 spent on keywords where Merriam-Webster was in the top 10 organically. And you can see that's 1,591 keywords have triggered that. What we also like to do here is to look at, well, is this a big deal or not? You know, what percentage of my client's total cost is coming in on keywords where Merriam-Webster's in the top 10? And for this client, it's almost 4%. I can also see that their CPA is about 15% over their typical CPA, but for other clients, they perform well on those. And my friends, that's why best practices freaking suck. Because for some clients, they're slightly over. For some clients, they're doing just fine. And for other clients, it's a really bad signal, right? So then what I can do is I can click on any of these clients, and then I'm gonna get a list of all the different search terms they're showing up for. Let me get my mug out of here. And I can see that Merriam-Webster is showing up and what position they're showing up on and how much we're spending and whether or not we are converting for those words. Got it? Good. Now let me go ahead and show you a few examples. As usual, Google has stopped showing me a lot of ads on page 1 because I'm not clicking on them or something funky. So I had to go to page 2 for some of these, but another word for tutor. I found that because Merriam-Webster and Thesaurus and sites like that are going to be on the first page, right? So I already know a little bit about the intent there. And you can see a company's paying for that word. I might pay for that click when the person searching for it really is just looking for the definition of it. What's another word for it? A synonym. And my friends, this is why just negating the word synonym might cause you to still get some clicks that you didn't want. There's another way to look at this too. Even for a word like cash out, right? And you can see that people are putting in different words and people are bidding on words, and there's cash app and all those different things. But way down here, I start to see Merriam-Webster. So what it doesn't mean is, it doesn't mean negate. What it just means is take a look. That's a clue. It helps you to understand something a little bit more about your customer. So if you're building a landing page around cashing out, maybe you want to be a little bit definition focused on that landing page because Google's already learned that some of the people searching for that just might be looking for a definition. And then hello darkness, my old friend. Customer experience is the kind of word that people love to go after. And you put the word synonym after it and you probably don't want to show up for it. Let me show you an example. And here we go. I had to search Bing for this because I'm getting Google starting to not like me searching so much. But as you can see, there's different sites showing up for customer experience words. But when somebody puts the word synonym next to it, it's probably not what they're looking for, right? Even for words like after school, I was surprised to find out that one, it's a girl group. That's pretty important to know. And also you can see this word meaning is down here, which means that Google has already learned that some of these people are looking for things like that. So also looking for words like meaning in the related searches or in the suggestions also helps you to find out more about what your customer's looking for. Heck, even the word mailing, you got USPS, right? And then Merriam-Webster's right here. So if your company is going after words related to mailing, it's just important to realize that Google's looked at all these clicks for the word mailing. It's searched for hundreds of thousands of times a year. They can look at what people are clicking on, and they've learned that some of those people just might be looking for definitions. So you probably want to take that clue and Bring that into your testing and decision-making process as you're building out landing pages and campaigns on the paid side. All right, my friends, have a lovely Wednesday. You take care.